The boat is 38 metres long and 5.05 metres wide, which, if you're an imperial person, that's 128 feet long and 17 foot wide, and was originally built to have a gross tonnage of 350 tonnes, and that equates to having cargo of about 280 tonnes or something, I think it is. But obviously we don't have much weight in here now, so it floats very high in the water. We currently do have 35 tonnes of gravel though for ballast, and even that's not quite enough to keep the propeller low enough in the water, as not only does that push you forwards, but that's your brake. So it needs to be low enough to help you stop, otherwise you hit things. And we try and avoid that. Get asked a lot more often, isn't it cold on a boat? That's the first question everyone asks. I think one thing that's quite nice is there is a little bit of a thing about boating communities, and people on boats are generally quite amiable and like to chat to each other and help each other out. But yeah, you get a vast spectrum of people on boats anyway, so you get all walks of life, so it can make it quite colourful, but generally people that like to live a slightly different kind of a lifestyle. It's not that different, but you do have to work a bit harder to live on a boat and to still enjoy it, I think, and put in a lot of time. The boat was built in 1922. It was built in Germany, so obviously just after the First World War, and was, as far as we know, built as a reparation for the Belgian boats that were sunk in the war, and it was built to, people in Belgium call it a Belgian Spitz. The engine is a old Detroit diesel engine, marinised by a company called Grey Marine, who did a lot of Detroit diesel marinisations in the 40s and 50s. We're not sure exactly of the year, but we think in sometime in the 50s. It said this engine was also used for the Sherman tanks as well as school buses and lots of other things. But it's a 165 horsepower, roughly, when it's marinised engine, and only two-stroke, which is, well, you don't find them nowadays, but with engines, diesel engines, they normally have sort of 4 strokes as they take in the diesel, then they compress it, and then they exhaust the gas and so on. But this only has sort of in and out, and that's it. When we bought the boat, we were in the northeast of Belgium, and we sailed through the Belgian canals and across the channel, and to Lee's Small Ships Anchorage, which is off Southend in the Thames.
Yeah.
And that took, well, the sea crossing took 15 hours, and then another 5 hours to Barking where we went, and just another hour or so to here.